Doing a little thinking over coffee this morning. Good morning, everybody. I got my creatine in here this morning and I got my omegas. Gonna be a healthy day, I can tell. I got a little story for Gen X that you might be interested in and that the boomers might be interested too. I go looking for these health products for me specifically, and I like them to have a fitness spin to them. So I run down to GNC. Yesterday I ran down to Walmart, just trying to find the stuff that I need. Everything down there is for young people. It's not only not good for me, the stuff that they have, but it could kill me. Here's what you don't do with guys my age. You don't go messing with their heart rate, and you don't go messing with their blood pressure. And most of the creatine that you find at these places, gosh damn, one of them had 400 milligrams of caffeine in it. 400, 4 cups of coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Are you shitting me? So I had this thought a few weeks ago. I went running down to the marketing place. I know a guy in internet marketing. I'm like, I got this idea for Gen X and above, for guys and gals in their 40s and above. And I'm so excited about it. It's gonna crush. They need it so bad. And he's like, wait, I didn't even get to tell him the rest of it. He goes, wait a minute, you got a product for Gen X? Don't care. Not interested. Not at all. I'm like, what? He's like, you understand that this is the lost generation, right? You understand that Gen X is completely irrelevant. In the marketing world, no human on earth has figured out how to talk to Gen X yet. He goes, let me explain the problem to you. He goes, they don't watch TV anymore. And that's the way you used to market to Gen X, is you do it through newspaper and television. He's like, none of them have TV anymore and they don't read the newspaper, right? He says, and the thing is that the millennials own the internet. And they've set it up so that the only way to be relevant on the internet is by doing the one thing that you can't get Gen X to do. He goes, they have to like, they have to share. The internet and its algorithms are built on interaction, on engagement. And he's like, here's what you need to know about Gen X. Number one, he goes, you can't make them like anything. You watch a millennial or even my little Gen Zers, everything they do, they have a finger ready and they're going, right? And that finger is always liking, always commenting, always swiping. And therefore, the material that they like gets put up into the algorithm and other people see it. He goes, you never met a Gen Xer that do it. A Gen Xer has to wait until he's completely inspired by something. Then, and only then, will he go, I endorse this. He goes, the problem with that is it happens so rarely, mainly because of the shit on the internet. He's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You can't market the Gen X. They are the dead zone. He says, I'm reading it here online. He's like, they're sitting, the Gen X is the most powerful right now with the most money in the mainstream. More money than our predecessors, which means we got capital. And he says, the problem is we've watched the culture shift from the boomers to the millennials like they're a flyover state. Don't you feel like that, Gen X? Just a flyover state. Nobody's talking to us. I wonder how many products have come down the line that were brilliant for you and me, but here we are still stuck having to use millennial stuff, which isn't typically brilliant, and boomer stuff, which is typically brilliant. But the problem is none of it applies to my specific life with my specific attitude, and it's cool. Gen X attitude was the coolest. And I have to just go without. Seems like a shame. And here's the real problem with that. Forget the fact that I don't have anything out there that was really being built and marketed to me. That seems like a shame. But the real problem is look out in the world. I think what you'll see out there is a young group of people who need some more wisdom and guidance. They're smart. They have all the knowledge in the world, and they're smarter than you and I. What they don't have is the wisdom that we obtained from those above us. We were the last ones to really hear true wisdom. And we haven't done a good job pushing it down to them. And we say, well, I've talked to my kids about that. No, you haven't. Because the only place your kids are listening to anything is right here on the internet. And you're not creating content. You're not liking anything that applies to you and the wisdom that we have to push down. And you're not sharing anything, and you're not creating, you're not commenting on anything. We are not, as a whole. Do you see the hole in the universe? I'll tell you a story about elephants and rhinos, but it would take too long. Just see that for what it is. That's the hole in the universe. And I have the solution. Next time you're on the internet, next time you're reading Facebook, and by the way, 93% of us our age are there every single day. Facebook, Instagram, all of it. We're there. We're just silent. We don't do anything. So I'm going to challenge you to do something. I'm going to challenge you, starting here right now in this section, to like, comment, and share. I know it feels like you have to endorse something fully before you share it. That's not the way the algorithm works. And if more of us can do this and get into the habit of doing it over and over and over, maybe some of that hard-learned wisdom that we so painstakingly got from our elders can start trickling down to the part of the world that needs it the most. It's my Tuesday coffee talk.